And I thought it was very interesting when you listen to that whole 2 hour interview with Adrian Bean and Detective Quinn, when they're talking about, listen, this is how sick Adrian Bean is. Again, my bad, I'm not trying to disrespect you, but I gotta say this. This is how sick and silly Adrian Bean is. Some people he telling, I don't even know who Dirty Red is. When they came in the car and said they seen Red with the money, I didn't know who they was going to rob. I didn't know who that was. Then other times he giving him another nickname. Yeah, Red Man had the money, and that's me and him like this. Oh, by the way, we're gonna talk about why I know that he was doing this. Me and him, we like this. If I would have known that they was gonna do that to him, man, I would have stopped him. Me and Red like family. Listen, yup. Bean is a sick guy. He on the phone telling his wife, yeah, I seen him, so I followed him through here, and then we seen him here, and DK jumped out, and he got the shooting. If I would have jumped out, it wouldn't have been no shooting. I would have just got the money, and we would have been good. But DK is a little hot, so he gets out and starts shooting immediately. As soon as he get out the car, he starts shooting. So Bean, like I said earlier, he's telling a different story to even the times where he's on the phone with his wife, he's saying different stories in different calls on the phone to his wife. You see what I'm saying? One call is like, oh, we was trying to buy some lean from them and they stole $22,000 from us. Then the next call with his wife, same person he just told that crazy lean story to, is we seen him with the money and we had to get it. We had to get it, so I followed him down the way to the thing, and we followed him up to Summerdale, and then DK hopped out, and I should have hopped out. I didn't, but other time I didn't know they was gonna do that. So, fortunately for these guys, and this is unfortunate because somebody lost their life, but fortunately for Adrian Bean, Walter Murphy, and Fred Prethrow, that the young man passed away before they could get to a trial, because they would have got smoked for a case like this. I'm talking about absolutely destroyed. They probably right now wouldn't be halfway through their sentence for an incident turning out the way that turned out. They probably would have charged them with the shooting of themselves. They likely would have been charged for that. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is just a. Yeah, he said one thing for sure. They went and robbed Red, and Thug the first one to see him. So yeah, it's just like, what's going now. This is one thing I want to say about these jail calls we've been listening to, and y'all let me know in the chat if y'all have noticed the same thing. Have we ever seen? And I'm not disrespecting you, my G. Have we ever seen a low life criminal with such a supportive wife like Courtney Bean has been to Adrian Bean while she's on the phone with this man? I'm talking about, she's supporting them through the snitching. She's supporting them through even the conversation about the cooking the chicken. She's supporting them through the who should have been driving the car, what car they should have been driving. She's supporting them through the, we going to get you a bond, baby. As soon as they get it, we're going to get the money for you. I mean, she is just massively supportive for a husband that keeps on getting into foolishness and pure goofy stuff for a person that's 35 years old riding around with a 20-year-old boy. 20, what was they? 21 and 22 at that time, Walter Murphy and Young Thug, if Thug was involved. You riding around with kids while they doing robberies and then snitching on them? Oh, I'm a family man. I'm a hustler. I don't do that. That's them. And then he tell his man when his man get on the phone, I told him, when you see it, you're supposed to get it right then. You're not supposed to wait. You're supposed to get it right then. But you don't do that. All them young boys, they in the gang. I don't do the gang stuff. My boy was up there saying all type of stuff. But anyway, Courtney Bean is a definition of ride till the wheels fall off. Adrian Bean's wheels have fallen off once again in this trial, and she is supporting that man to the. I ain't seen nothing, because normally, when a dude is living that type of life, at some point, your wife is going to get fed up and say, I can't do this no more. Did y'all listen to the calls and hear even a inkling of frustration in that lady's voice? That's a different level right there. I've never seen nobody just not get tired of somebody that's doing that type of stuff. Shout out to Courtney Bean. I mean, you are in the middle of some foolishness. However, shout out to you for your support of Adrian Bean, because, a lot of people couldn't do it. A lot of people could not, you could hold down honorable activity in the streets. But holding down what this dude is into, come on. Come on. I'm talking about, listen, y'all, who you've had some phone calls with people that may be in the streets and all that. If somebody calls me and say, hey, DK got out the car and started shooting, I would, and they in jail, and I know that the call is being recorded because Secure has just told you this call is recorded and monitored. If I'm on the phone with somebody, even if they're incriminating themselves, I'm gonna yell, hey, oh, don't say that. Stop talking. If they say, I don't care about this, I'm gonna keep talking. If they keep talking about crimes they committed, like, y'all realize that when he went and said that he shot some people because they hit his son, which I'm not mad at him for that, but that was an open case still. They were still investigating that. Why are you on the phone saying, yeah, I shot him because, I just need him not to come to court, and you got somebody else on the phone saying, yeah, don't even worry about that. I know what his dad, I'm gonna handle that. I'm gonna go talk to him. Don't even worry about it. This is witness tampering. You can get in more trouble for doing that. You're going to get the charges you already got, but you're going to get in more trouble for the witness tampering. And the person who just said he's going to handle it is witness tampering too. Like, I'm like, you 35 years old on the jail phone talking like that? And then when Detective Quinn asked him in the interrogation, why were you on the phone talking like that? Y'all know we listening, right? He going to tell Detective Quinn, I don't care about that. My boy, what type of drugs was he on? I just need to know what type of drugs Adrian Bean was doing. Because shout out to Courtney Bean. I just need to say it. One of the most supportive wives of a low-level criminal that I've seen this side of Jim Crow. I'm not going to lie to you. I ain't seen nothing like this. One of Fred's charges was assault on an officer. Let me see what they say. He has multiple charges related to this. Fred Prothro, he got charged for that. B had another situation that likely his lawyer helped him get a no prosecution on these charges. Let's see. I was talking about that to somebody today. Bean is a real head case. That's fire. I mean, that's facts. The reason I'm reading like this because the font is extremely small on my computer right now. It's hard. They don't even let me increase the size. That's something, ain't it? Oh, maybe. Let me see. Let me see if I can zoom in though. No. Okay, so one of them jail calls when the lady said she was asleep, I'm like, nah, ain't no way she sleeps. She sounded like she on lean or something. She sounded high. Like, I don't know. Maybe when I wake up, I just wake up too fast. Do y'all wake up and just talk slow as hell for 5 minutes? Like she didn't talk like she was groggy or like she was asleep. She talked like she was slow. Like she was drinking lean before she answered the phone. I don't know, man. And I'm not, as some people would say, like, let me use one of Stephen A. Smith's, phrases. I'm not casting any aspersions on her character. I just think that one of those jail calls, she sounded extremely screwed up. Let me tell you how devious also, because now they spent this whole time, pretty much most of this time, playing recordings for Detective Quinn. So really, Quinn hasn't given us really much else except interpretations of the stuff that Adrian Bean is saying in interrogations and jail calls. Y'all remember when, and this has come up multiple times, they gave us a story to tell. So the whole they gave us a story to tell thing was kind of like they kind of played with it at first. The defense lawyers kind of played with it at first as if they were saying that the police gave Adrian Bean a story to tell. That's a complete misrepresentation. And you can't have a lawyer that is that culturally incompetent, that he doesn't understand that language. Young Thug also has to prep his lawyer for some of these conversations. We talking about deep in the trenches conversations. And I don't mean trenches as if like, just the hood. I'm saying that trenches as in you really have to be tapped into our culture to understand what that means. When he say they gave us a story to tell, he said before that, because this is very important. The lines he said, them niggas kept it 100. They gave us a story to tell. This is why I say this is some devious activity from a 35-year-old man that was riding around with some kids, since like 20 and 21-year-old boys or young dudes. He said, pretty much saying, they told the truth, or not they told the truth. They didn't say anything. They didn't snitch. So that gave me the opportunity to make up whatever I wanted to make up to protect myself. That's what he meant by that. Not that anybody told him a story to say. That's not what he was saying. He was saying that because them young dudes and Fred didn't snitch, that allows me to now insert whatever story I want to insert. And I can make myself, This man said Big Fred was his OG. He referred to him as cuz, like family, like he acted like they was family. And they're not blood related, but he acted like they was family. He went in that interrogation room and told the police the man who just got released from prison, however many days before this incident happened, was one of the people that had the gun in the car. The guns wasn't found on any of the people themselves. It was a stolen car, and the guns were found on the floor. You could have said, I don't know whose guns those were. Because the guns, they was going to do all of the testing and fingerprints and ballistics and all that on the guns. You didn't have to tell them anything. But you wouldn't have told them that your homeboy, who's a felon, that just got out of jail, was holding one of those guns. Why would you do that? Just a devious man. Them niggas kept it 100. They gave us a story to tell. That's a very sick thing to say about some young dudes that you was just riding around with. What do you say? Do you think that missing hospital statement is real? It's 1,000% real. I don't know if it's real. First of all, it's real because, let me see what was said before that. Valerie G said, yeah, you can look Fred up in a state database and many of the charges was from, was Valerie G? I didn't look him up, and that's good that you did. Shout out to you. Was he convicted of any of them though? Was he just charged with them, or did he actually get convicted of them? And I do know that they was charged with him because they discussed that with Adrian Bean when it was going down. You know, they went through his charges when he told the court that he never caught any charges with Fred Proto. He acted like he didn't even know who he was. So let me know, was he convicted of any of them? But Killer One saying that the missing hospital, that's 100% real because even in the statement, the 2-hour interview that Quinn did with Adrian Bean, they both referenced it. He said we thought that they thought somebody else was driving. They didn't know Adrian Bean was driving until Adrian Bean said it in that interview. And that's what he said. Before that, they was looking for a female that was driving. Or because they knew he lied about Fred driving. That's another thing. They crashed into a police car and you told them that your homeboy. Okay, Keith Thompson, because I didn't know if they separated the incident with the robbery from the police shooting part where they like hit a police car, which is if you run your car into a police car, that's like assault on an officer or aggravated assault on an officer. And if you hit one of them, they could give you an attempted murder charge, which would be that even though it's all part of one big incident, it would be a separate charge. So they could drop the charges related to the strong arm robbery of Dirty Red and then still keep the other charges. So the fact that they dropped all of the charges related to this case tells me that the police found that they did something wrong. And I don't doubt that because Robeson L's testimony didn't match up with anybody else's testimony. Like his story don't match nobody's story. And I think that's why Keith Adams went at him so hard like that because we could really open this thing up and try to get a case on you because you didn't really have the right to start shooting at them over this. Essentially, they was fleeing. You know what I'm saying? And, if you want to say, okay, he hit a car or whatever, but so what's good, this guy? Tell me who you are. You know who I am or what? But yeah, thanks for looking that up, my good people, and saying that he wasn't convicted of any of them. I did think it was man, when this case is over, we're gonna revisit the whole Dirty Red thing. Yeah, he shot him in the back as they was leaving. So they for sure dropped that case. They dropped all of it, even the assault on a police officer thing. They had to drop all of it because they found out that cop did something wrong. So yeah, there's no way that you just busting into a car. And you know what they also found? They also probably found that DK didn't shoot back at the police. Because this is the thing about this is one thing that I know 1,000% sure. Had anybody in that vehicle shot a gun back at the police, there would be no drop charges. All of them would be in jail right now. Every single one of them. You understand what I'm saying? There wouldn't have been no question about none of this. So the fact that there was all these people shot, none of the police got shot, and the fact that they just had all the charges dropped tells me that DK did not shoot back at him. Dang, it says that Fred Proto is currently serving jail time. So dang, that's why he's not probably going to testify. Or they could bring you out of jail and make you testify. So I don't know. Yeah, Killer One, they for sure didn't shoot back. And I don't even get why Adrian Bean is in there offering that up. Like, Man, I think DK started shooting immediately. The cop never said that they started shooting at him. The cop said they tried to hit me with the car, or they almost hit me with the car, started shooting. The cop never said that anybody in that car shot at him. If he would have said that, they would have caught up to them and unloaded on them. There wouldn't be no foot chasing. There would be none of that. They would have been shooting at them because they would have been looked at as somebody is in this car, they have guns and they're shooting at police officers. They would have killed all of them. Had what Adrian Bean said happened. That didn't happen. I don't even know why he would make something like that up. What was you trying to get DK executed or something by the police or what? You was 35 years old. I'm still not 35 right now. You was 35 years old and you went and told them people that young boy was shooting at the police. What you think was going to happen to him? You thought something was going to happen to him for sure.